Okay, so just for general mobility flow, we're just going to start on the mat. So we're going to start with a roll down. So tucking the chin down to the breastbone, roll the shoulders forward, relax the ribs onto the tummy and walk the hands down out to the floor. Hold the plank, then pull the belly button up towards the spine, walk the hands back in, keeping the legs straight, feeling the stretch through the hamstrings and calves, and go again, roll down on stack in the spine, block by block, nice and easy. Walk the hands out, bring the belly button up to the spine, push the heels down into the floor, stretching out calves and hamstrings, and roll back up using the tummy. And again, roll down, chin to breastbone, roll the shoulders down to the floor, out into plank, pull the belly button up to the spine, dig the heels into the floor, and slowly walk the hands back and roll up. On the last one, we're going to roll the whole way down to the floor, nice and easy, relaxing the spine. Bringing our knees down to the floor, we're going to go into all fours, abdominal breathing. So you're going to tuck your tailbone down between your bum cheeks, pulling your belly button up towards your spine into a camel hump. You're going to breathe in through your nose. And as you do a big breath, sigh out, you're going to push the floor away, lifting the spine up towards the ceiling. Keep that pose, breathe in again, and breathe out, push away, lifting up. And again, nice slow breath in through the nose, and breathe out, push away. And again, breath in through the nose, and breathe out, push away. Now you're going to untuck the tailbone, take your spine down to belly button and lift your head up into cat. Re-tuck the tailbone back up, pull the belly button up to the spine and drop the head between the shoulders into camel. Untuck the tailbone, take the spine down to belly button, lift the head up into your cat stretch, nice breath in and breath out. Tuck the tailbone in, pull the belly button up to the spine and let the head relax between the shoulders and camel. And untuck the tailbone, spine to belly button, last one into cat. Come back up into neutral. I'm going to push your hands into the floor, plug the toes into the floor, and using the belly button, lift up to the spine, lift the hips up high into down dog, let the head relax between the shoulders. Trying to push the heels into the ground, feeling the stretch in the calves and hamstrings. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to push your right foot into the floor, let your left foot relax off, feel the stretch into your right calf. And then we're going to swap. Pushing the left foot into the floor, let the right relax. And swap again. And hold and swap. Hold and swap. Keeping the head between the shoulders, keep the hips high. And swap. Push the heel right down into the floor, trying to get a little further every time. And swap. From there then, just push both heels into the floor, walk the hands out forward and bring the right leg to the outside of the right hand. From here, you're going to peel your right hand up towards the ceiling, looking towards your thumb as you go, into world's greatest stretch. And repeat, lift the arm up round, stretching through the upper back, slight stretch into the back hip flexor, and back again. Reach up round, hold the stretch, breathing in and out as we move. And last one, reach up and round. And back down. From here then, what we're going to do is keep the front foot plugged into the floor, then we're going to set our hips back onto our feet, plug the right toes or pull the right toes towards you, feel the stretch through the calf and hamstring, breathing in and out. From here then, you're going to plug that foot forward, push the hips forward over the right knee, lengthen the arms up towards the ceiling and back, feeling the stretch into the left hip flexor, breathing in and out. Then from here, push the foot down into the ground, relax the arms down and bring the hips back onto the feet, stretching out through that right leg again. Pull the toes as far as you can towards you, getting into the calf and hamstring. Then again, pushing forward over that front leg, stretching into the hip flexor, reach the arms up and over. And now we're going to rotate out over that front leg and back. And again, reaching over the front leg out towards the side, pushing the hip flexor forward a little further. Feeling the stretch through the lateral quad and back. Then relax the hips back onto the feet, stretch through the hip and hamstring, pulling the toes towards you. Breath in, breath out. Now, plug the front foot forward. You're going to reach your left arm over your right leg as if you're handing a cup of tea off to somebody beside you. Feel the stretch through the hip. Reaching a wee bit further and back. And then repeat, reach around again. hold and draw back. From there, you're going to plug the hands into the floor, plug the back left toe into the floor, take the right leg back, and then we're going to swap. Bring your left leg up to the outside of your left hand, drop the back knee into the floor, and we're going to go into our world's greatest stretch. Peel the left hand up towards the ceiling. Feel the stretch the whole way up round the back and back down. And repeat again. Peel the hand up towards the ceiling, stretching through the upper back, breathing in and out as you move. And again, reaching that arm up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingers every time, pushing a little bit further. And back. And last one, up and over and back. From here then, you're going to set your hips back onto your right foot, stretch your left leg out in front, pull the toes towards you, feel the stretch through the calves and the hamstrings, hold. And then relax, bring the leg forward, hips over that left foot, push the hip flexor forward, reach the arms up and overhead, just repeating on this side. Lengthening the hands a little bit further every time, breathing into the front of that rib cage and down. Then from there, you're going to push back onto that right hip again, sitting the hips back, pull the left toes towards you. Breathing in and big sigh out. Then bring the hips forward over that left foot, push the arms up towards the ceiling. And now you're going to reach out over that left leg towards the side. Feel the length through the side of the hip flexor and through the side of the rib cage. And reach again, push the hip flexor a little further every time. And back. From there, you're going to set the hips back onto the right foot, stretch the calf and ankle of the left towards you. Pull the toes a little further. Then bring the hips back forward over that left foot. And this time we're going to reach our right hand over our left knee and back. And again, right hand over the left knee, pushing the hip flexor a little bit further, feel the stretch onto the side of the quad and back. Plug both hands into the floor. Then plug the back toe into the floor, lift both legs back, push the hips high into down dog, head between the shoulders, and walk the hands towards the feet, keeping the legs straight. Plug the hands around the inside of the big toes, take the feet slightly wider and drop the knees down into a deep squat. Sink the hips down as far as you can go. Push the elbows into the sides of the knees, feeling the stretch through the groins and just hold as deep as you can go. Pushing a little further into the groins, and then you're going to ankle rock. So you're going to rotate through the ankles on either side, twist the knees, and just keeping the elbows there to push a little bit further into that groin stretch. So just mobilizing out through each ankle, keep going. Right and left, keeping the stretch through the groin. Last few, then pull the hands down to the floor, lift the hips high, and pull up through the belly button, rolling the spine back up.